What's good, y'all? Back with another video, and we're checking in with Sagittarius. I see. How you feeling, Sagittarius? Hope all is well. Capricorn is what's left of the zodiac. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn, or you could be a Sagittarius Capricorn cusper, right? Or Sagittarius Sun, Capricorn Moon. Could be a significance to you. From, I guess, shuffling the cards from the last reading, from my Soul's Truth oracles, we have, what is the most limiting belief keeping me from what I want right now? The song that's playing right now is Girls Want Girls. So maybe you definitely are into the same sex, or at least you're into the same sex. Not saying that you are into the same sex, but you're into the sex. You're into a sex that is attracted to their sex. Put it like that. Potentially. I guess you're trying to make something happen with somebody. If you can't, well, the card says do. If you can't do it, give up. At least try. Wheel of Fortune here. Something a fated event. Bucket list. Oh wow. Maybe that's on your bucket list to be with two girls or be with two guys, whoever you are. Or be with something of the same sex. You're holding on to something though. Hangman, looking at things from a different perspective. However, it says celebrate. Think, plan, project, do, celebrate, repeat. Things get done following certain rules. Do what works, add spice. And underneath that is change. do what makes you feel free. I think it's time to with this bridge there. Oh wow. Because I didn't mean to pick that up, but you have the swans there, which reminds me of the Two of Cups, which is like a soulmate connection as well. We also have the ring. I don't know if maybe you actually know a couple or something like that, or you know somebody, but this is like maybe time for you to overstep a boundary. I mean, not in the bad way, but it's just like, I don't know if you are, again, connected with somebody that's that you're infatuated with, that likes the same sex that that they're into. That could be something that you're trying to overstep that boundary and to offer a three-way maybe. And that's crazy how before I came on to this. Oh wow, 3 came out with y'all. Oh wow. Am I ready to let go of this buried shame? So maybe you're trying to have a three-way with 2 girls or 2 guys. However, it's just like take the leap of faith. Take the leap of faith. What can I burn? Am I afraid to be seen? Oh wow, look at that. Do I know all my strength and am I using them? Exactly. I mean, if this is something that you want to do, then do it. Even if it's taboo. I feel like, right? I mean, if you can't do it, then give up. But at least if you feel like you can do it, if you could see something out of it, if you can gain use out of it, Capricorn there I use, Sagittarius I see. If you're able to see something out of it, then try it out. You never know what you'll gain from it. But it says, what can I burn? Burn it all. The ugly lies, the pain, the shame, the criticism, the images that run through your head, the reminders of what you did wrong, and the proof that you are not enough. Burn, baby, burn. Your soul is calling. It's time for a rebirth. You are like the phoenix rising from the ashes, no longer attached to the past. You are free. Your wings are ready. Use them. Today's soul's action. Make the choice that you will no longer let the past define you. Pick up your pen. What will your next chapter look like? Exactly. This seems like this is like a very a taboo situation. Who cares what people are going to think about it? This is your life. You only have one life to live, and it's at least choose the life that's going to help you be more free. Don't be afraid of whatever it is that you want to go for, especially if you have it on your bucket list. Am I afraid to be seen? The world doesn't want you to hold back. 4 coins. That's holding on, but it's also holding yourself back from things because it's like not really moving. Hold you back any longer. Oh, let me read that again. The world doesn't want you to hold back any longer. Time to shine your unique light on the world. You were made from love, and from love you are whole. There is no more hiding. There is no more shame. There is only truth. Live naked and free. Soul's action. What parts of me do I hide so I can be socially accepted to fit in and fit in? Am I being authentic? Do I allow myself to be all of me? What do I need to feel so I can be safe to be seen? Journal your answers. That's deep. James Joints is playing by Rihanna right now. But what this is also like maybe doing some shadow work as well, right? Helping you face your fears of the things that you are afraid to be seen in public about or with, or or have the public know about. Who are they the judge? Only God can judge us, for real, for real. Sagittarius. Do I know all my strengths and am I using them? We all have superpowers, but it's up to us to uncover them. We live and lead with our strengths. We are able to show up in our zones of genius. This inspires others to do the same. Today's soul's action. Ask yourself, how can I use one of my soul's gifts today to contribute to this open and ready world? Do I know all my strengths and am I using them? It's a groove thing, right? Wheel of Fortune. What goes around comes around. But what have you? How have you been? How have you been treating yourself, but also, God's children, other individuals in this world? Like, how have you been of service to the world in order for you to receive something like that as well, in order for you to celebrate like that? Soulmate. There are 2 of cups. It's about a soulmate connection. And if you are straight, then it's like twin flames. Divine partnerships, life partners, all that. Am I ready to let go of this buried shame? You could be one of those people to really represent not a polypans, not one of those multi-faceted relationships, but this is the way you really have a relationship with 3 people, essentially. And it's like y'all coming to an understanding and an agreement. It's not like you know this girl and then y'all are trying to bring in girls into the bedroom. Like, I mean, that could be a situation for some of you, right? I can't judge, and we're not going to hold any restrictions on anybody's relationships. Everybody's relationship. Oh, look, as I split the deck, that's the Lovers. Every relationship is different. Temperance. Every relationship has its balance, its pros and cons, its strengths and its weaknesses. Now you have to look at where your strengths lie in a relationship like that. You already know, especially if you're a man dealing with 2 women, that's a lot to keep up with as far as sexual needs. You may think that you're horny all the time, but you literally are asking for 2 lions to literally be in the den, And cats are very, very fucking horny all the time. So it's just like you think that you gonna be living in heaven, but you're gonna need a lot of stamina to keep up with those women. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, and I'm not trying to make that as a negative, but that's just like one of the aspects that could be a negative to you if you don't have the stamina for it. That's something that you're going to have to look at. But don't look at that as, oh, if I don't have the stamina, then I'm not going to be qualified for, having a three-way relationship. Don't look at it like that. That's why it's three of y'all there. Y'all supposed to come together to balance each other out. What you lack, they make up for, and and vice versa. And what they lack, you make up for, or what one person lacks, they make up for in the other person, and vice versa. Like y'all all have like y'all give and takes to each other. My nose keeps bothering me. I don't know if it's my chin hair, not my chin hairs, my mustache hairs touching my nose, or if it's actually like that's a sign that could be some clear. Not audience, but clear cognizance. It's one of those gifts, though. I'm not taking all these. 100% Pure Love is playing by Clear Waters. Crystal Waters, I'm sorry. Here we go. Justice. There we go. It may not be fair, but it's just. However, right? You could be literally in one of those relationships where people might be jealous of y'all. That's not fair. How are they able to work it out? The moon, right? The secrets, things being hidden. Also facing your fears. You are your own darkest, deepest enemy. The only other person is maybe your mom is your only setback to things, but she does it out of fear. She fears for your life. She fears that anything is gonna, she fears for things to happen to you. So she's doing the best that she can to like not overstep the boundary from holding you back. However, she might say them things. She still might end up going out of character anyway because that's just her nature, to protect you in the way that she can. I don't know where that came from, but that could have been significance for somebody. But I mean, you also have to look at your relationships of your parents to understand how to have more healthy relationships, and for you. When you go into relationships, when you decide you want to have children or adopt or whatever, wherever the case may be, as far as you creating your family. You have to look at, how your parents were raising you and how they handled their relationship around you. And it's probably the reason why you're looking to have two individuals in your life. It may be, some people may look at it as a codependency. However, your relationship is unique to everybody else's. So this will or could, everybody's situation different, like I said. But it could work out for you. You just gotta communicate. Communicate clearly what it is that you want. What are you bringing to the table? Do I know all my strengths, and am I using them? We have the Ace of Wands. That could be symbolic of the malphalic. So you think that you could be something about your dick, basically. I don't know. That's not you. That's something that you don't need to be bringing to the table, honestly. Especially if you're trying to have two women in a bed. I mean, like exactly. They'll be better off playing with each other in a toy and teasing you on some real shit. But that could be a fetish. Who knows that you're into? Maybe you like that shit. However, though, your strength lies within creativity as well, not just your penis. Your passions, not lust. Whatever you're passionate about. Don't go for the lusty things. Those lusty things are going to get you caught up. Exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's the conflict. Because that justice also could be, again, it may not be fair, but it's just. However, that relationship is going to go through some shit. If you think that having dick is going to be the answer to their problems, because it's not. Ace of Pentacles. What are you planting? You need to be you be need to have something more solid to the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's being sneaky, trying to get away with something. 2 of Cups. Yeah. You got to be more solid about something, and instead of trying to be a player, instead of trying to be sneaky, just for the sake of love, or for a connection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of Swords. Wow. Power trip, right? And the got me up all night. 9 of Swords. That's literally where I get it from. Up all night. You're going to be stressed and worried and having anxieties because you're going to be juggling 2 people. Because all you wanted to do was use your dick. Nah. You need to love. You need to learn how to love. You better use your emotions and be more grounded in the situation. All this fire, it ain't cute. Right? In order for it to work out, you really need to have some type of emotional and some more logical actions, I guess. You need to be more solid in your actions, more grounded. Have more grounded choices in this relationship, in this entanglement, right? It's funny how earlier today we was talking about Jada and Will. However, right, they have a really complex. I'm not gonna say complicated because it's very complex. People wanted to really make fun of them because they're a black couple that's not Beyonce and Jay-Z. However, their relationship is so unique and different because it's very obvious that, and this is not to emasculate Will at all, but it's very obvious that Jada wears the pants in a relationship. She's more of the man, more masculine one. She's the aggressor, and Will is more submissive, which is fine. But however, what they portray out in public is different from what actually goes on in the bedroom. So it's they're learning. They've at least learned how to work out their lusts and their kinks and their fetishes. This also could be that too, with that Justice card there. There's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of fire here, right? This is 5 of Wands. This is all about conflicts, right, and problems. However, the 6 Wands. There's this Ace of Wands, right? It could be the problem. Actually, the problem solver. The answer to the problem. 6 of Swords. 6 of Wands. If you add them all together, 6 of Wands is all about forward movement in something. Empress. Somebody got you up all night. Would you believe me if I said I'm in love? Baby, I want you to want me. Huh. So somebody, you really is passionate about somebody. Even if this is not like a 3-way relationship, this person, whoever this person is, right? It's definitely in that realm of relationships, as I mentioned, Will and Jada. She was able to have a whole nother relationship aside from Will. But that's all due to her kind of settling. And that's no offense to Will. Whatever kind of relationship, she had with Tupac was very deep. They were soulmates. Potentially twin flames. But however, he decided to focus on his career instead of on love. And it got him caught up. And they had to separate. So now she has to live with the fact that she lost a very crucial man in her life. Her counterpart. and it's sad, however. But she's not like she's miserable or anything. She's still doing what she can to remain happy and be the best role model that she can for her kids. At the end of the day, like I said before, their relationship is very complex. She's not the traditional woman in this relationship. She comes off the one wearing the pants. So of course, she's the one that's really trying to be the enforcer to her kids, to really be the role model, which is still the main aspect of whether you want to be masculine and feminine. For a woman, it's still being that mom, that confidant, that rock. That's all that is. And Will is just, he's still being there, learning that, it's not about him, really. And it's not even about her, but it's just more about them portraying a relationship for the collective in general. And understanding that everything is not perfect, but we still come to understandings and agreements with each other. Even after all these years, I'm still finding out things about this person that I've married. That's all that is. People want to throw shots at Will and how this, that, and the third, but like he gets it. He understands it. He knows his role, and he hasn't done anything out of pocket so far. At least not publicly, Because again, if we're looking at Jada being the man in relationship and Will kind of being the woman, he's going to be the more emotional one. He's the one that's going to be feeling it a lot more than Jada is. So of course, just like she had her entanglement, Will might get himself into an entanglement. But because he is the man viewed from the outside, from the public, he's going to look at the man. It's going to really look bad on his part as far as how his image goes. That's all that is. At the end of the day, even what he does, it's still not going to be as bad as what people are trying to portray Jada for doing. So, but they'll make it as worse as what Jada did, though. Just because she is the woman. There we go. I say four, but the Princess of Pentacles. It speaks about growth. It's about having a grounded approach. But this is feminine energy here as well, so it's having a softer, grounded approach to maybe whatever it is that you're trying to produce, that you're trying to grow, that you're trying to build. 10 of Wands, look at that, all this fire. That's a burden. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. 10 of Wands. Beat It by Michael Jackson is playing. See, like I said before, you would think it's going to be the problem solver, but all of this is still going to create burdens. So now it's just like, again, it's your dick isn't your strength here. I guess I am talking to a man here, but again, if you are working in masculine energy, this is all symbolism here, regardless. So again, if you want to, Sagittarius, we're looking at fire energy anyway, right? So if you are a man or a woman in this situation, right, women, ladies, if you seem like you're more in this collective of in this reading, right? These women seem like they're more working in their masculine energy a lot more. You've got Justice here. There's Libra, so there's some type of feminine energy here as far as trying to get the truth and honesty out of it, to be truthful and honest about it. However, the actions that's being led here is with the Ace of Wands, that male phallic. That's the masculine energy that you're working in. Maybe if the Ace of Cups are here, they're like, okay, well now we're looking at from the woman's perspective, or from the feminist perspective, or from feminine energy. However, this is a lot of wands here. It's a lot of dicks. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of masculine. There's a lot of oppression. There's a lot going on here. It's a lot of fire. Again, this is you being grounded, holding on to something, or needing to let go. or needing to create boundaries. The lovers here, they're closed off. You need to be more grounded about what it is that you want to manifest. What can I burn? It seems like you need to maybe you, right? This also could be a forewarning, right? You think that your dick is going to be the answer to these problems, and it's only going to get you burnt, literally and figuratively. Like, it's not cute. You having all the sex out here and stuff like that. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. Trust me, I've had my fair share. And back in my days, right? I'm down there 30 now, y'all. However, it's just like the price that you pay, regardless of it being fun or not. It feels good, but it's going to feel worse later on. You know, ain't nothing cute about having STDs. Have you had one? If you haven't, then right, 5 1s. It ain't it's not the best. I mean, I don't know if this is fortunate or unfortunate. It was definitely unfortunate, but I guess out of all the STDs that you can get, right? I guess I'm fortunate to only have gotten gonorrhea. So other people get worse shit than that. That's why you really got to be careful with who you lay with. So much fire, your smoke alarms ran out of batteries. I know, it's well, I live in like, I need to talk to my landlord about replacing the batteries, but I don't really get in contact with him. Because it doesn't really bother me. I know that it's temporary. So eventually the battery's going to die out, or, these videos will change eventually, so you don't have to hear it no more. But in the meantime, in between time, enjoy the show while you can. At least, it's annoying now, but you're going to look back on these days and like, oh, I remember when he used to be in his room and then the dead smoke detectors and stuff like that. Yeah. But justice is here. Oh, look at that. 1, 2, 3. At the bottom of the deck, 6 of Swords, moving on to calmer waters. Like I said, this oppression, this is this conflict, this burden there, right? It's like there is a lot going on outside of you, or outside of your walls or whatever, but it's something going on outside that somebody's like trying to get your attention on, and it's just like, nah, hop in this pool, hop in this tub, and just relax. I think before you jump ship into that relationship, it's just like, it's something you want to check off on your bucket list. But if you're trying to have it as a relationship, it's really something that you really need to be grounded on. I mean, because it can work out, you being with 2 other people. However, you need to understand that if you're even allowed to have something like that, that's another thing too. People need to really check their birth charts and understand where they come from, and understand how history is repeating itself in your life, how fate is. Where does your soul come from, and and where has it been since the beginning? It's now 2017. Wow. Why did I say 2017? We are now in 2017. We are in 2021. The reason why I say that, because I got this tattoo here, which dates back to 2017 when I was 25. So I don't know. Maybe 25 could be significant. Maybe you're 25 with an idea like this, trying to. Okay, child. Look, more burdens, right? Trying to hop into a burden. You got to be more grounded about what it is that's more practical for you. It sounds like it sounds like a fantasy, but again, it's something that just could be for your bucket list. Oh wow, and they all want to turn over. At the bottom of the deck, though, we have King of Cups. That's all about mastering your emotions. you're able to you're able to express yourself on what it is. However, it's just like you are able to write down what it is, to really write the wild side. You're able to tap into, you're able to gain control of your emotions, you know. With this Princess of Cups, it's just like, I don't know, maybe you might get a daughter out of this, and that's going to really ground you and may help you be more emotional. Maybe this has already happened, right? Haha, right? For some of you, maybe this already has happened, right? And you've already got yourself into a situation. Probably end up getting somebody pregnant because you want to be all wild. You tapped into your wild side. Things got real wild, and now you got a baby, Princess of Pentacles. Whether she's an Earth sign, oh right, she could be a Capricorn. Right, she could be a Capricorn with this Earth here, but you have the Lovers here, so I'm looking at that as like an actual you. Yeah, you end up manifesting yourself a child in a love situation. Three of Pentacles, working together with people. You're three people, right? There's your third party. But I don't know. Whatever this is, though, it's going to help you get your wings. At least from what I'm looking at it from this. But Justice is here. Chariot, all right? Moving forward. There's two major arcanas here, so it's like I said, it may not be fair, but it's just, and it's going to help you move forward. Look at this. He looks crazy with the pot on his head and a plunger. His two cats thinking he actually doing something, but he probably is though. You never know. But his emotions, what he's expressing, him being in this madhouse, this is him taking advantage of this. Him being there. So he's going all out in this situation right now. You see, he's got the the penis there, the penis drawing right there again with his wand, right? But it's going to help you move forward. It may not be fair, but it may be just. Just really think about the outcome, I guess, or I don't know. Yo, I can't tell you how to make decisions in your life. I'm just more so being a messenger. Maybe this is something that you have, again, maybe this is something that has happened already. Maybe you've already done the deed already. And now you're just probably figuring out what to do next, especially if you found out that you just had a baby. However, though, if you really want to take the responsibility, it's definitely going to help you be more emotional about everything. About everything. This is the King of Swords here, so the way his emotions is, he don't wear his heart on his sleeves, but he definitely know how to he definitely know how to sway you on some things, to make you feel some type of way. Right? That's probably how you end up getting into your situation in the first place with the wand, right? You weren't being a player, but look, there's that Emperor taking that lead, taking action, being a boss, right? Stepping up to the plate, taking responsibilities too at that, for using your wand for what it is. Up jumps the Boogie. Yeah, by Timbaland and Magoo, featuring Missy Elliott and Aaliyah. Five. Here we go with these fives. Five of Wands, Five of Swords. You were taking action, right? Taking action, thinking you was being a boss with your dick, right? Taking actions with your dick. Five of Wands created conflict that wound up having you hurting yourself. Right? You see, he's punching that mirror. That's 7 years bad luck now. Five of Swords, though. That's about humiliation. That's about being defeated. I don't know if you didn't get nobody pregnant. This is probably you getting burnt, catching an STD. Hopefully this is something you are able to recover from. Tower. Wow. Whatever it is going to set you free, though. Whatever this burden is. That's going to hold you down, or that it's about oppression. It's about burdens. That weight, whatever that weight is, it's like the tower is here to knock that weight off of you, to knock those burdens off of you. Maybe, oh, right, because you probably was living a fast life. Oh wow, because you were living in a fast lane, chariot, you're driving around, being a boss, thinking you was some type of boss, driving around with your whip. But little do you know, justice is right there. Get ready, right behind you. Right behind you, get ready to take your ass down. And lo and behold, look what happened. You got your ass caught up. Now it's time for you to take some responsibilities. I mean, that happens in life. Maybe you didn't want to have a child. Maybe not this young. Like I've told you, I don't know. 2017, I was 25, so you could be 25 in this situation. That's still a young age to really be having kids. You're not a child, but you're still at that age of figuring out who you are. I feel like by that, if you're already over the age of 30, I still say like 35. If you're like at least 35 or older, then like yeah, it's time for you to like you already supposed to have your shit together. However, right, anybody who's under the age of 30, for real, y'all still have y'all innocence. Y'all still figuring out who y'all are, because once you turn 18, you gain your independence, but you really don't know who the fuck you really are. You're just finding out. You're just finally stepping. You're finally getting an identity. That's all you really are. You're just finally gaining an identity aside from living with your family, or being labeled as a child and stuff, this, that, and the third. You're trying to force yourself to be an adult and stuff like that. So it's just like you're only being adult because of like logic and society standards, but it's just like you really haven't developed yet, to really be an adult, and that's what happens. So you end up you end up living a fast life, even if it's not really like well, yeah, you're living a fast life. So you live a fast life to make up for, you know, what you really are supposed to be doing. Because now, again, you were so focused on yourself for real, and because you've been using your mind for things, right, it's leaving you into conflicts and now burdens. And here we go with the baby. It's something that you may have not wanted in the first place, right? To begin, like from Jump Street, kids maybe not have been on your mind. And and this is why certain dads or certain men run away from their responsibilities, because they never was really ready. And they try to be like, oh, I want to be there, this, that, and the third, but then they end up still running off on a plug anyway, because they don't really want to grow up. They don't want to take responsibility. You, on the other hand, at least this individual, these cards are suggesting that maybe that this baby that you get, this daughter, who could be again a Capricorn or whatever, is going to be that thing that's going to help you, that's going to set you free from this burden, the conflicts and stuff like that, to be more loving. Don't you forget about me, right? Set yourself free. Or, right? Because now I'm looking at it like that, as I stated before. Maybe because of this, right? Even if you don't want to take care of the child, maybe the child herself is still the representation of you changing your life around. Still setting you free. Like it's just like, damn, I really was out wilding out here. I got somebody pregnant and never really thought about that. Even if I'm not able to be responsible enough to take care of that child will forever always be on my mind because of the actions that I took to create that. But you have to be real with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. Are you able to financially be there for them? Or not even financially be there, because it's not even about the money, for real. That's how they get you. It's not about the money. It's about the love, bro. Do you really love that girl or that child? Put it like that. Do you really love that child? Because you may end up having a boy, or this daughter that you have might grow up thinking that she's a guy, You know, are you going to love that child regardless of whatever their mission is in this world? You know, do you really love that child enough to really change? Did that child really make you want to stop this lusting and player energy essentially? You know, that's something you really need to think about and evaluate. Do I know my do I know all my strengths, and am I using them? Am I afraid to be seen? What can I burn? Am I ready to let go of this buried shame? That's a lot to think about, Sagittarius. Whatever it is, though, right? This is also going to help you focus on yourself now. Focus on your career. So now you can really be a boss. Hopefully, right? If you're unable to take care of the child now, you you run off to go, you build yourself to put yourself back together so you can be there for her. Hopefully, right? That you can remain in contact with her. Don't use the excuse of, oh, I can't financially be there for her. You know, you right. So you don't mean that you don't have that communication with her, or with your child. Remain in contact with them, even if you can't physically be there for them. I feel like that's always going to be important. She may not be able to see you. I mean, there's FaceTime and stuff like that with technology, but you know, it's still you having that effort to be there in her life, to have that impact, to so that she can grow up and be like, yeah, my dad, he may not have been around, but he did the best that he could to be there for me regardless. And that's going to be something for your child to grow up and realize, that as she gets older, dealing with, you know, the mother of your child, you know, and understanding the relationship that y'all had, you know, and her raising that child and her trying to probably convince you to come and be there. And you're just like, you know, that me being there is really just, you know, money, for real, for real. If I can't provide for you, then there's no purpose for me being there, right? Especially if you was out here low vibing like this. If you wasn't out here really loving on these chicks, and I get it, you know, don't force yourself, don't force love on anybody. But however, that's the mother of your kids though. So hopefully you can have some type of love and compassion for them as well, even if you don't want to be in a relationship, to have this perpetuated lifestyle family. You know, that's something you still need to express to them regardless. You have a baby now. Now you got to be perfectly clear about where your goals and aspirations are, or just where you really stand on a situation, about how the things is. I know we talk about how, yeah, you know, you could use condoms, this, that, and the third, to prevent and childbirth and all that other stuff, and even abortions. Like, but that's all, I guess, fine and all. But like, who the fuck wants to go through all that? Especially when we're humans. Like, nobody really wants to have protected sex. And I know that sounds wild, but like, we are humans. Back in the days, they didn't have condoms. Shit, you know. So it's just like, when you out here living your best life, you not really thinking about your health and stuff like that. You just thinking that you young and you got the strength and you can do it. You gonna recover from it. But again, justice is right there to serve you up something when things get out of hand. But again, it's only for to help you grow. You know, tower moments are to help you grow, to bring to really challenge you, for real, for real. It's to really see if you are on this earth for the sake of the collective, to making the world a better place, or are you really just on this earth for yourself? And I can't tell you how to live your life. However, if you choose to live a life for yourself, it's not going to be a very fulfilling life. It's not going to be very happy, for you. It may come off as happy because you probably to be able to afford things for you, but that's just to cover up the sadness and the void in your life, right? All this player energy, like where's the love at? If you're able to still keep up a lifestyle like this for the rest of your life, it's a lot of burdens that you're going to be building up for a tower that to eventually hit. But at least, right, this situation is calling for you to be more of service to yourself, to be better for the world, and not just continue living this lifestyle. You can live this lifestyle all you want to, but you just going to get worse. If you having one child, you're going to have multiple childs, but then if you're not really protecting yourself, you might catching all types of diseases and stuff, and then you having babies on top of that, then producing babies with all types of diseases and illnesses that they had no say so in any of this. They had no right to even gain that type of life because of your immaturity and carelessness. You got to think about stuff like that when you do the things. It's affecting you regardless. However, you at this point, or if the towers don't happen, it's going to start affecting the quote unquote people that you care about, or not that, just the people that you interact with in general. It's like every person you come across, there's always going to be some type of burden because of the stuff that you manifested that lingers on because you haven't learned from anything. Crush, Crush, Crush by Paramore. I never pulled from here because it was the Hangman. It's about celebrating. Easy. There we go with the Chariot again. Everything is easy if I know how. When I know and trust, magic happens. If I don't know, I have to find out. Oh wow, and I never pulled from these either. Fear. Hierophant. That's being a leader as well. Fear comes from not knowing. There are places to see before they disappear. Look at that. You have the Chariot and then you have Hierophant. Do. If I can't do it, give up. Right? If you can't do it, give up. So again, if this hasn't happened, right? So maybe this is how tarot works as far as fortune telling. I mean, I'm not trying to read your future or anything. However, it's not my intentions to. Hopefully, I'm not gonna say hopefully because with all this burden I don't want this to happen to anybody. Honestly, I'd rather you avoid all this. But you have the choice to live this out or not. Oh shit. We have life, we have bold, we have error, and we have retrospect. Exactly. Those bold actions that you make in your life, right? Life, bold, error, and retrospect. I'm not taking all these. I really want to take none. I mean, take one. And then do still wants to peek out. And then humanness is at the bottom of that. Maybe I am going to take these. It says life. Goal of all life is death. Exactly. We're all working to our deaths, whether we want to believe that or not. It's a tough pill to swallow. We live to die. But in that in between time, in the meantime, in between time, what are you doing that's fulfilling? That's just not to yourself, but to the world. Bold. How bold one gets when one is sure of being loved. Error. From error to error, one discovers the entire truth. However, right? I can say that, I don't want this to happen to anybody. However, if this has happened to you already, what have you learned? You learned a lesson. You learned something, right? For being so bold like that, for living a life, living a fast life. It's all about lessons, life lessons. Some Some people go through things differently than others. However, right, retrospect. One day in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. How, right? What have you learned from whatever that tower moment was? From that burden? Again, it seems like there's a baby here at the bottom of this deck. King of Cups. It's going to leave you, having you a lot emotional about situations. You'll be able to really, it's going to help you be human. Love and work are the cornerstones of humanness. And with this, am I ready to let go of this buried shame? It's like you've learned a lesson from this, and it's because you faced your fears, and you took that and you took on that leadership position, right? To take a bold stand in your life. It seems like you can come out telling a story about it for other people to learn from your trials and errors. I won't even call them mistakes. This was literally just a I was gonna say test, right? It's a life test though. This is the tests that we take, regardless of our age, right? Regardless if we are dropouts or not, right? You could have dropped out of school at the age when you was in the third grade, right? However, that don't stop you from being in the school of God and in the house of the Lord, right? No matter if you actually go to church or not, but we are all here to do God's will. I mean, we all have free will. We can do whatever we want, honestly. However, with contracts and stuff like that, if you don't really, if you forget your contract, then most likely you get yourself into shit like this, which will essentially start a spiritual awakening for you. So you probably are on your spiritual awakening because of your trials and tribulations that you've been doing with your join, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. I got stories to tell too of my sexual past, and maybe I put it in a book. Maybe you can put yours in a book, or maybe you can create a YouTube channel talking about your story as well. Maybe that can help you, gain some type of, having you be your own boss. Be bold about it though, And again, the wand is there, so that's all about creativity and passion. For real, for real. So it's like it's learning to take that, it's taking that passion and flipping it. So even if you haven't gotten into the situation, right, be creative about it now. Don't go too far. Now you've already seen what is to come, right? If you continue on, there might be a baby. If you don't get the baby, for some of you, then it's going to be something worse than having a baby. Just be mindful of that, because I will tell you this: that fear card is there. As I talk about God here on this channel, regardless of what I get into, I believe in God as the Most High, as our Creator, as our Father, right? And as a father, he's always about teaching us lessons. And when this fear here, that fear is a lesson that everybody's going to have to learn to face. God will definitely put you in a position to make you face your fears. Justice, right, is there. It's not just. He's a just God, right? It's not fair, but it's just. So you might end up facing your fears. So you may be like, oh, I'm living this fast lane. Ain't nothing going to happen to me, because you're feeling all good and high and mighty about yourself because you think nothing can hurt you. However, standing still, he will make you stand still. Once you get yourself caught up in get yourself caught up in things because you want to not manipulate, but you want to abuse your powers. There we go. You want to abuse your powers. So he's gonna put you in a situation where he's gonna show you how much having too much power can be scary. I know, right? Here's an example, and we're going to just keep it briefly. And this is not even look at on a negative situation. However, this is the example. This is the perfect example on how God works. Travis Scott. You see, he's somebody that came from nothing and then became something. It became a megastar, a pop star, for real. Like he's really like, is he nationwide? He's global, or is he definitely nationwide? I don't know if he's global yet. Everybody knows who he is though, but you see the crowd that he creates, the atmosphere that he has, the power that he has over his audience, or at least he thought he had control, and things got got out of hand to the point where this is happening now. He's facing his fears of potentially losing everything now, which is crazy. I mean, we don't know what he was doing behind the scenes and stuff like that, but everything is a lesson for everybody. So, I mean, who knows the truth about it? I'm not, again, trying to paint no picture of him being a bad man. However, God will definitely rise his kings and then let them, and he will raise his kings and let them fall. Just be mindful of the choices that you make. Be more grounded in the decisions that you make. Nobody's telling you that you can't go out there and get it. Nobody's telling you that you can't, be out here passionately getting those things that you want. Just be mindful of how you're trying to take it from people and your intentions on doing it. What are you gaining? How are you using people? You see what you're doing, but how are you using people now? That's all. Be the bridge, right? Oh wow. Oh, excuse me. The man wouldn't come up in reverse. Yeah. Something about the house, a magical house, is something about being. This is a fantasy though. This is a fantasy house, and you not being man enough to maintain it. 7 rings. And this is being aside from, what I was just talking about from the Travis Scott. We're moving on from that. I just wanted to use that as a brief example. But in your case, though, again, even if this is not you sticking your dick anywhere, this is still fire. This is still creativity. This is still passions. You're using your fire that's creating problems and burdens for you. But it's gonna help you. It's gonna ground you. But I don't know. With this 5 of Swords, there, you're still gonna get yourself hurt. Just be mindful of that, though. Whatever you're doing, you're gonna get yourself hurt. And it just, you just hope that the daughter, or whatever this child here is, or this could be something dealing with finances as well. A feminine's approach. This could be somebody coming in telling you that they're pregnant. So I was looking at actually her being the daughter, but this is actually the girl. You could be getting a young individual pregnant, and she's coming in with the pinnacle. Like, yeah, this is something that you helped manifest. That you planted your seeds in me. Oh wow, look, there's the woman. 2 of Cups, the bridge. Right? Maybe that's somebody coming in actually helping you be responsible. You see, the woman is here with that the you is being bold, being brave. I don't know if she thought there was love there, or you thought there was love there, but there was an error there that ended up getting you hurt. There was some conflict. There was something that didn't go according to plan. Because of the choices, whatever choices that happened. But the bridge is there with that tower. That tower, right? That tower and that bridge. You jumped out the tower to cross the bridge. before the tower fell down and really did some damage to your life, you know? Maybe this is bigger. Maybe this is somebody coming in, offering you something. That's something tangible. Somebody offer you something physical. Maybe it's something you need to make a choice on, whether you want to take that or not. But be clear about your emotions for real, for real. Whoever this person is that may be coming in, maybe you should work with them. It will help you gain your wings. I will say that. King of Cups, three coins. Three of coins is about working together. As you see, there are three people here helping somebody get their wings or fixing their wings. Let Me Love You by Neo is playing now. Eight of Wands is about, well, in this deck is about endless cycles. You're being put into a never ending cycle, right? And it seems like you're being led by a devil, and that's only because of the burdens. Once you become burdened, that's what you're literally doing. You'll spend the rest of your life in an endless cycle of burdens, catching all types of whatever's demons and diseases, because you don't want to love somebody for real, and she's coming in like, I got this baby, and it's not even on a sense of like, let me love you, or she's not trying to force you to love her. However, this also could be a different significance, a different situation. This could be somebody trying to trap you with the baby, right? This is a Princess of Pentacles. This is somebody who's very materialistic. Well, Earth signs are all materialistic in some way, shape, or form. They like the finer things of life. They like the tangible things. So even with this baby here, or I keep saying baby, even with this Queen of Pentacles, or this Page of Pentacles, even with this Pentacles here in her hand, that still could be symbolic of a baby, right? Because that's something that's going to be physical. That's something tangible. You can produce that, especially when there's a man and a woman here. However, that could be leading you, in a maze of options and secrets and lies. I just be careful. That's all. Like I've said before, don't force yourself into a relationship if you don't feel like you love this person. But it is necessary to at least communicate with them on what it is that you want to do, so they can kind of have a more clear mind on how to, if they want to have this baby or not. Her body, her choice. Even if she doesn't want to have an abortion, she's probably coming to you. Well, maybe we can try to work it out. Not saying be in a relationship. I mean, of course, she might insinuate that because she's the woman. However, you can be like, all right, we can definitely try to work this out because we did produce this baby. However, this was just sex. I don't really see myself being in a relationship with you, but I also don't want to force it just because we have a child here as well. And it's real. That's real shit, though. Don't perpetuate something that in your heart isn't real. That's only going to create a false narrative to your child. Then they're going to grow up all confused and whatnot about love because of mommy and daddy only trying to be together for the sake of me, which is ass. Because what happens is you end up being with somebody that you resent because of this baby. It's either if you don't take it out on the baby mom, you're going to take it out on the child if you decide to stay around and stick it out, right? But if you don't want to, and I feel like if you decide not to force a relationship, that still gives you some type of leeway to come in and be the father for your child, in some way, shape, or form. That's what's important. That the child has two parents there. They don't. It would be nice to live under the same household, but it's not healthy if there's no love there. And then the child just gonna have to be raised as one of those childs that, has divorced parents. The benefits of that is the child gets two of everything now. Shit. especially if y'all decide to have joint custody, split custody, or if y'all know y'all have y'all rights to each other, so y'all take turns with the baby. But that is, I mean, just think about that though. Oh wow, speaking of, right? There's the stork. There's an actual baby here for some of you. If not, then that's what it's heading towards, a baby. A baby that's going to help you change, face your fears. That's what it is. A baby that's going to help you face your fears. That's going to set you free. Freedom here at the bottom of the deck. After tonight, I guess you're going to find some news about a baby. Or maybe after tonight, you're going to decide now what you want to do with said baby. Telepathy. Oh, you know something. You feel something. Pay attention to the telepathic messages that are being sent and received at this moment. Man in reverse. There's a lady watching you. Laughter. Laughter shared between soulmates warms the spirit in a way no code ever could. Right? It's definitely somebody that made you laugh. Or you made them laugh. However, and wow, and annoyance is right there at the bottom of the deck. They made you laugh, and you're annoyed by them as well. So it's just like if they can make you laugh, if you know who this person is that can make you laugh, that's also annoyed, then yeah. Well, clearly you know who the person is, right? Well, I just mean if you're being more specific. Of course, if you're dealing with more than one person, there's always going to be one that stands out the most. Clearly, with the Ace of Wands there, the one that they're more passionate about. But there's conflicts there with this Five of Wands, because maybe you've been a player, sticking your wands in so many other and so many other ponds, and that's where the error is at. You know, you've been hurting yourself knowing damn well you want love at the end. And I think that's why that baby, that stork. I think this is where your love is. You going whoever this woman that's going to come in, because the lovers is right behind her. You know, she's definitely going to lead you to love in some way, shape, or form. Annoyance. But it's good to be around somebody that can make you feel that way, that can have that you can laugh around and can be annoyed, maybe not at the same time. I mean, it could be at the same time, but being annoyed with somebody isn't always a bad thing. You being annoyed with somebody, it only just shows the just shows the imperfections of a relationship. But it's like it's the perfect imperfections, or I should say the perfect, or yeah, I was going to try to have some type of metaphor to it, but it's something very beautiful about it. You know, you're annoyed, however, it's just like stuck like glue. Exactly. Have faith. Love at first sight. Inner focus. Inner fears. There we go with the fears again. It's time to face your fears. I don't know. I got all relaxed. I'm not even looking at the camera. But have faith. Trust and believe that love is here to stay this time around. Don't let fear and doubt interfere. Trust the divine. So you have a connection with somebody though. There's love there somewhere. You just need to stop lying to yourself and thinking that you don't deserve it as well. Just because of the things that you gotten yourself into, the burdens that you put yourself in. Don't feel like that. Just don't feel that. Don't look at that. That's nothing you need to be focused on anyway. Yeah, you're burdened and you're troubled, and you may feel like you deserve some shit. However, that's not your place. That is not your place. Yeah, this is your life, but you don't. you don't be the judge of whatever type of punishment, right? You don't get to be the judge of that. At the end of the day, your actions will speak louder than your words anyway. So you've learned something. You've learned. As long as you learn, bro or sis, you good. Like I said before, this tower here, there's a bridge here that's going to help you move forward. You just got to jump out the window. Not, you step out the window and onto the bridge. Love at first sight and interferes. The instant gravitational pull you two felt when first meeting lets you know this is a soul connection. Like I said, right? Two of wands, two of wands. You have the swans. That's why two of wands, swans. But the two swans right there is a soulmate connection, and we talked about this at love at first sight. So even in your whole thought and bopping, having a city boy summer and shit, you still manage to at least have somebody that you are infatuated with on a more soul level. It's not just somebody that gets your dick hard. It's also somebody that soothes your soul. You know, who gets you to look at shit like this. Your inner fears. As you face your inner fears, you recognize what is holding you back from attracting a healthy and loving relationship with others and yourself. Exactly. Because they're such a genuine individual, and you see that, and it's just like, well, damn, it's getting you to really reflect and get more emotional about things. King of Cups. Security at the bottom of the deck. What is yours will always be yours. Love is secured by the divine. Exactly. Don't let your fears get in the way of of the things that you want. You are able to get it all, but you got to communicate clearly what it is that you want. Also, too, right? I don't know if you've been keeping up on Chucky, right? But you should check out that show, to check out the series, and it shows you what he's been through in some way, shape, or form, and how he was raised. It starts off like it channels back and forth from his childhood to like the more today's era. So like with each episode, or sometimes I guess within the episode, I guess when they go to commercial break and they'll come back, sometimes they'll do a flashback of his childhood. So I guess in episode 5, as they keep flashing back, he's already an adult now. He's already met Tiffany, and we've already seen that like their relationship is now. So I don't know why I even mentioned that. Oh, because of this whole like Five of Wands, all this player, this hotness that you have in the City Boy summer, right? But even after, because it's the relationship with Chucky and Tiffany is what I'm getting at. Even this psycho demented, child killer, or he started out being a killer as a child and grew up being a fucking infamous serial killer. So it's just like, but and even he ended up finding love, in his player ways and stuff like that. He found somebody that really matched him in everything that he'd been through. And Tiffany is really one of those ride or dies, because if you in the recent episode, we find out that they're still having connections with the movies. So I forgot the chick's name, because when I actually watched the movie, I kind of fell asleep on it because I was getting confused as fuck. But when I did, from what I woken up to, right, was literally at the end when we find out that Chucky puts his soul inside one of his accomplices or whatever, the people that he tries to befriend and it sets up, then they ends up killing. So he ends up putting his soul into this one chick who's like paraplegic, mind you, at that. But now that he possesses her soul, he's able to walk in her body, which is weird and crazy. But but it he was able to still have a relationship with Tiffany, even as a woman. Like that's how deep their love is. Like whoever this girl is, or this whoever this person is that you're going to meet in your situation is going to be like that. Not saying that y'all are going to be like fucking crazy killers. I mean, I could. Who knows? I mean, however, it's the metaphor of the relationship. You know, Chucky is a very odd individual, and he's been looking for a friend his entire life. It's almost sort of like a more realistic take on how Dracula is. Because if you've watched the Netflix series, I mean, at least that's what I'm gaining around. If we're not looking at the Castlevania versions of Dracula, right? I guess the Bram Stoker's rendition is more so him finding a bride, but then always failing to really produce that one person. However, in the Dracula series, he's still trying to find his bride, but he ends up finding it within this batshit crazy nun who's like has like a fetish for him. And if you read the undertones of how she acts in front of him and stuff like that, and then her thirst for knowledge is just like it's something like that though. It's just like you finding somebody that loves you for your weirdness and your quirkiness and stuff like that, and your flaws. I think with your flaws and stuff is that you have your insecurities, your fears. I think you found somebody that's going to appreciate that about you. Electric Feel is playing now by Management or MGMT. But inner fears is there though. It's time for you to face them, bro or sis. It's time to be a human. It's time to take lead. But did I read this? Am I ready to let go of this buried shame? And then we're going to end it off here. The feeling of shame is the lowest energy frequency there is. When you live in shame, you live in darkness. What part of you is ready to stand in the light? Is there any shame from a past experience that is ready to be healed? Today's soul's action. Heal the shame by giving it a name. Bring it to the light and let it be seen, heard, and healed. It's revival season. Replace the shame with your soul's truth. Fill in the blanks. My soul's truth is, and then I guess whatever your soul's truth is. But I hope this helped, Sagittarius, in some way, shape, or form. And I see you guys in another video. You gotta take care now, and I love y'all for real. Peace.